The SAG-AFTRA strike enters its second week today with no signs of an agreement coming, according to a member that Fox 5 spoke with today. Last week, we showed you how the strike affects local studios and agencies. And now Mike Allen joins us with the impact on local actors.
Yes, Jacqueline, so you might see your local movie theaters a little less packed. Right now it's opening weekend for Barbie and Oppenheimer. I actually just ran into a local film student named Lily who just came out of Oppenheimer. She said she might lose out on an internship, or I should say a gig as a PA because of this strike, which has more far-reaching effects than you might think here in Vegas.
I've done TV and films, commercials, live production, corporate events.
A real jack of all trades in the Las Vegas entertainment industry spoke with me on the condition of anonymity about the effect of the SAG-AFTRA strike on this area.
It's not just actors who are like acting on TV show. It's dancers in commercials. It's singers in voiceovers and animation.
Another Las Vegas-based actress, Danielle Vasanova, who's been active on the picket lines down in L.A., thinks that while it's difficult seeing local production halt, the folks working in the budding film industry here in Las Vegas will be able to find gigs off the screen in the meantime.
We're safe doing commercials. We're safe doing print editorial work.
My anonymous source does not think that'll work out for everybody, though.
Screen work is vastly different from entertainment. And I mean, some people can do both, but not everybody. Imagine being an established voiceover actor or a commercial actor since you were 10 years old, and you've never done a musical in your life, and suddenly you're on strike and you can't work in screen film.
And for the people who are able to find work, it might be a good deal worse than what they were doing before.
There is going to be an influx of other people, other performers, or non-union people scrapping for work that is not good, not well paid, bad work conditions. It causes resentment and derision within the community.
Vasanova keeps a brighter outlook, though.
The work will continue. And the people in Vegas seem to still be in good spirits. And you know, we've been through a pandemic. We're going to get through this.
She points to the opportunities off the screen in Vegas that still let people do what they love while also giving time for local studios to grow.
And all of those can still go, which is great for the Vegas marketplace. And I think it gives them time to set up these studios and really position themselves to win.
Another local actor I talked with tonight agrees that during this strike, these smaller Vegas studios might be able to make up some ground on those bigger Hollywood studios. Reporting live tonight, Mike Allen, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.